All right, today we are diving into something truly wild. It's one of the most bizarre and fascinating documents ever to be declassified by the US government. It's called the Gateway Process, and it's basically a guide to altering your own consciousness and maybe even reality itself. And what you're looking at here, this is the real deal. This isn't from some sci-fi movie. It's an actual memo from the Department of the Army, dated 1983. And the subject? Analysis and Assessment of Gateway Process. No joke, the US military and the CIA were officially investigating out-of-body experiences, hypnosis, and meditation. I mean, it's the kind of thing you'd expect to see in a movie, right? A secret government project trying to unlock the hidden powers of the human mind. So the billion-dollar question is, what did they actually find? Well, that's exactly what we're about to get into. Okay, so let's start with the basics. The Gateway Report was a serious attempt to figure out how consciousness works, and more importantly, if it could be harnessed. And trust me, this wasn't just for fun. They were looking for real, practical, and maybe even powerful applications. And the goal they stated was, well, it was ambitious, to say the least. The guy who wrote the report, Lieutenant Colonel Wayne M. McDonald, he proposed that with the right techniques, a person could get into an altered state of consciousness. And the whole point wasn't just to chill out. It was to literally tap into what he called a universal energy field, a field that connects absolutely everything in existence. So, how on earth did they think they could do this? Well, it wasn't about magic or just believing really hard. The report lays out a very specific, technical method that's all about hacking your own brainwaves. You see, the whole foundation of the Gateway Process is built on how our brain is wired. The report says our brain is split into two halves. You've got the logical, analytical left brain and the creative, big picture right brain. Now, most of the time, that left brain is in charge, filtering everything through language and logic, basically acting like a bouncer at the door to deeper perception. The key to getting past that bouncer is a technology called Hemi-Sync. It's a system that plays different sound frequencies in each ear through headphones. Your brain, trying to make sense of the two different sounds, creates a third beat frequency right inside your head. The report calls this the frequency following response, and it supposedly tricks both sides of your brain to start working together, perfectly in sync. Now, what's so cool about this slide is that it's taken directly from the declassified document. It's arguing that once your brain is synchronized, once both hemispheres are humming along at the exact same frequency, you can unlock this incredibly powerful, focused state of consciousness. You quiet that analytical mind and just swing the door wide open to a more intuitive awareness. And this is the perfect way to picture it. The report uses this fantastic analogy. Our normal, everyday consciousness is like the scattered, messy light from a lamp. But Hemi-Sync, it focuses all that mental energy, turning it into a single, coherent, powerful laser beam of awareness. A mind focused enough to see things way beyond our normal five senses. Okay, so we've hacked the brain. That's one thing. But this is where the theory takes a massive leap, right out of neuroscience and into the very nature of reality itself. So get ready, because this is where things get really, really weird. This quote right here is the absolute heart of the entire theory. The report, citing some quantum physicists, just flat out says that the universe isn't a bunch of separate things floating around in empty space. Nope. Instead, it's a single, massive, vibrating energy field, what it calls a gigantic hologram. And here's where it really breaks your brain. In this model, solid matter, it's an illusion. Everything you see and touch, even your own body, is just energy vibrating at different speeds. And what holds it all together in the patterns we see as, a chair or a tree? The report suggests it's consciousness itself. Our minds aren't just observing reality. They're a fundamental part of what creates it. And if you thought it couldn't get any stranger, check out this diagram, again, straight from the report. This is the cosmic egg. It's shaped like a torus, kind of like a donut, and it represents the entire universal hologram. According to this model, everything that has ever happened, is happening, or will ever happen, exists all at the same time inside this egg. Time isn't a straight line. It's all happening right now. So if reality is a hologram, and time is just an illusion, what does that mean for our consciousness? Well, according to this US Army report, it means we can potentially escape it. This next diagram shows how it's supposed to work. Remember that laser beam of consciousness we talked about? The theory goes that if you can raise the frequency of that consciousness high enough, you can literally vibrate right out of our dimension. The report calls this clicking out of space-time, basically slipping through the cracks of reality to reach a state beyond the physical universe we know. And that's the ultimate goal. That's the whole point of the gateway process, to induce a controlled out-of-body experience, or an OBE, to separate your consciousness from your physical body so you can explore these other dimensions where past, present, and future are all just there. Now, I know this all sounds incredibly abstract, but the report actually lays out a very specific, step-by-step training program to get to these states. Seriously, it reads like a user's guide to the universe. So, participants are guided through these different focus levels using the Hemi-Sync audio tapes. It starts with focus 10, where your body is totally asleep but your mind is wide awake. Then you move up to focus 12 for an expanded awareness. And from there, you get into the really wild stuff. Focus 15 for traveling into the past, and focus 21 for perceiving the future. And what could you do with this kind of ability? Well, the report lists some truly incredible applications. Everything from solving really complex problems by tapping into a universal bank of knowledge to something called patterning reality to make things you want happen. It even suggests you could heal your own body's energy or practice remote viewing, basically psychically seeing people and places that are far away. But at the end of the day, this isn't about luck or being born with a special gift. The gateway process is laid out as a learnable skill. It's a highly structured meditation program that's designed to train your mind, step by step, to navigate consciousness way beyond the normal limits of your body and time. So, the gateway process document leaves us with this one profound question. Is this a genuine roadmap to how reality actually works, declassified by the CIA? Or is it just one of the most elaborate and mind-bending thought experiments ever commissioned by the US government? The report doesn't give us the final answer, and for now, neither can we.